Man, the grind of being a ball player, man. I want you to talk about that a little bit, man, because like the ballers, especially indie ball. I mean, it's crazy. Like the grind day in and day out. I mean, you gotta love this sport to really make it.
Oh yeah, that's the thing, man. Like no matter what level you're at, like indie ball, international, minor leagues, whatever. Like even in the big leagues, man. Like yeah, big leagues is better just because of the pay. It makes things you travel 5 star, you travel on your own planes. Like that stuff is awesome, right? But there's only 1% of 1-2% of people that make it to the show. And
Yeah,
so when you're talking about indie ball, when you're talking about the minor leagues, dude, those places are grinds, man. Like it doesn't matter if you're a first rounder, 30th rounder, and that's where your love of the game is really tested. And I tell my young kids that all the time. Like it's not just enough for you to show up. Like you gotta live, eat, and breathe this stuff to be able to maximize your opportunities to get where you want to go in life. Like and it's on the field, off the field. But indie ball is a whole different ball game, dude. I got some friends of mine that play indie ball. A couple of my dudes coach indie ball. Just like the ballers, like they don't have cages yet. They don't have
yeah,
cages yet. It's expensive to live in California, right? And then the ballers do a
yeah.
great job of helping the players have that sense of stability, like without with making the minimum. You know, um,
Right.
you go to other places, dude. They have terrible ballparks. They have terrible facilities. They have terrible dugouts. They have terrible fields, but you're still expected to perform, right? And the
Mhm.
minor league, same thing. When I was coming through, we were in Beloit, Wisconsin, which the first 3 months of season you had 12 people in the stands because it's the first month and a half it's still snowing.
Oh shit.
Coldest I've ever been in my life, by the way. Coldest I've ever been. But you still got to perform. And then you go from that to Stockton, California, which Stockton, California, better ballpark, better fan base, hot as hell. But at the same time, the area you're in is not very good. There's
Right.
not a whole lot to do. But every day is baseball. You go to Double A, which is in Midland, Texas. Dude, ain't nothing in Midland except oil and the Rockhounds. That's it. Like and no, seriously, like it's. I spent parts of 2 seasons there, and it's a grind, dude. It's a tough place to hit. That league itself is probably when it comes to travel and the ability to hit well, probably the hardest league in all of minor league baseball. Um, and it's a grind. It's a grind. AAA was in Nashville when I was there, and that was a breath of like fresh air because A, that's the closest I've ever been to home, but B, it was a brand new stadium. It was a good environment. You could go out. There was plenty of food options. There was plenty of extracurriculars to do, like
Bigger
everything in
city.
Nashville. Well, bigger city, better city.
Hmm.
So that was a little easier, but not everybody has that. Not every organization has that, even at the AAA level. And so it's a grind, man. Like it's something that you have to legitimately be obsessed with to be able to progress. Because like my kids and I have these conversations all the time. Like if you go out there and you don't have no desire to be the best, you're not obsessed with this ain't the sport for you.
Mm-mm.
Because unlike other sports, we have to be the best failures to succeed in baseball. And that's the hard part. And it's like the little things you have to do every day. Like one of my buddies says this all the time to his guys. He says the good players do it. Um, the good players do it till they can get it right. The great players do it till they can't get it wrong. And it takes day after day after day after day, man. And it's you got to be obsessed with it, dude. I did it for a very very long time, and that's what I'm teaching these kids now, like these young adults, these teenagers. Like, bro, it's not enough just to show up. It's not enough to go through the motions. Like, you're not that good.
And it's such a mental
Mm-hmm.
game. Like you said, man, like you got to be ready to fail because I mean you could go 0 for 3, but have like two sacrifice bunts, and that could be a great day. You know what I mean? You help the
Oh,
team win.
Ooh, hey, 100%, man. I was talking to one of my kids the other day, and he was like, "Hey, coach, if you ever struck out 3 times in a game," I was like, "3." I said, let me tell you something, kiddo. I was like, he's one of my catchers, and I was explaining to him the mental warfare you go through as a catcher, because you got 2 jobs, right? And I said, this is the thing, man. I was like, I was a defensive minded catcher. I said, in my time, we all were for the most part. I said, but I can go 4 for 4 with 4 homers and catch badly and lose. And I can also go 0 for 4 and catch well, and we can still give my team an opportunity to win. That's the difference catching. Like you have so much to do. Your offense is almost second. It's secondary to your overall job because you can catch your ass off, right? And still keep runs off the board and control a pitching staff, but then go 0 for 4.
Right.
You know, and it will. And I don't know if you remember this, but when me and Mengden threw that complete game shutty in 16 in Philly,
Yeah.
dude, I went 0 for 4 with 4 of the possibly the worst strikeouts I've ever had. I had no idea what was going on with me at the plate. And in the sixth, I think it was like a 7th inning, I came in after my third punchy, and I'm sitting on the bench. I got a towel over my head, and I'm trying my hardest not to lose my mind. Like I'm like, bro, I don't even know what I'm doing wrong. I don't even know what I'm doing right. Like nothing. And Bo Mel pulls me. He comes sits next to me. He goes, "Hey, listen, I know you're frustrated. You're catching a hell of a game. All I need you to do is focus on that right now." And I was like, got it. Okay. And me and him went complete game shutty, rookie battery against, at the time, Phillies were one of the top hitting teams in the league.
Yeah.
And we were in Philly, which is a hitter's ballpark. Mm-hmm. And, we finished that. And he told me, he was like, listen, we all got our days, but he goes, I'm very proud of you for sticking that out, because even though you want to hit, we all want to hit, you did a hell of a job behind the plate. And it's these kids don't understand, man. Like, it's not all about offense. It's not all about like making the big plays. It's about doing the little stuff right every single day.
Yeah.
Like that's what I've learned and I've done over my career. So this is what I'm trying to teach these kids.
Yeah, it's all about that mentality, because if you keep focusing on the negatives, then there's no way you're gonna be able to just shake that off. You know what I mean?
Or if you don't have, like you said, it's mental, right? So if you have if you're programmed to do all of these things right every day, it helps with your mental. Like right. It gives you a routine, it gives you a foundation, and that's what we're trying to build in the youth right now. Like, it's not good enough to show up, one day you do all your stuff, and then the next 2 days you don't really do anything. And then those mental struggles, the baseball struggles that everybody has, those routines, that sacrifice, that dedication is what gets you through those tough times, because there's going to be tons of them and they never stop. So like my routine got me through the aches and pains. It got me through the struggles at the plate. It got me through the bad weeks, months at, behind the dish, at the dish, whatever. But my routine never wavered. It stayed the exact same. I stuck to it every single day. And that's what allowed me to keep powering through it, man. And that's why it's so important.